大家好，我是阿伦。这支影片是有关 Schwarber 的专访。今年他以56轰、132分打点，拿到了国联的全垒打和打点双冠王，还入围了国联的 MVP。这也是他连续第3年入围。我们就来听听这位重量级的球星分享如何不断自我调整与进化，甚至让自己不惧于左投。今年不但对左投轰出了23发全垒打，还打出对左投生涯最高的长打率。另外，他也分享了他对指定打击这个角色的真实想法与挑战。
I think that's great. That's a great question. I think just having a good off season, having a good plan, and always kind of this being a self-evaluator of yourself and being honest, and always coming up with things to work on. I think that's the biggest thing. This game's continually, it's always evolving. This game, and for you to keep being productive and keep being a player who's gonna try to help your team win on a daily basis, you just have to keep adjusting with the game and doing different things and trying to close different holes, or just trying to just make adjustments as fast as you can, and just identifying different things on a year-to-year basis. Yeah, I think it's both. That there are mechanical things that you have to do, but there's also a mindset as well. I think the mechanical and the approach and the kind of different drills and all the different things that you can do to work on facing a same-sided guy, there is a lot of work that has to be put into that. But also, too, just the mindset, right, of taking in a bat and not viewing it as, I'm facing a left-handed pitcher. I used to kind of play that game back when I was younger, and you just felt like you had to get 10 hits and 1 at bat, right? That just being able to be present, take your bat in that moment, and having a solid approach, having a solid plan, and trusting that your work, that you've done everything to prepare up to that game, is going to translate when you're just going out there and competing. Yeah, it's hard to complain, right? Because you're trying to, you see your guys out there and you see how much work they put on a daily basis in the field, and how they can be grinding on a lot of different things. If it's, fielding, trying to get better at ground balls or fly balls, better routes, whatever it is. But, also too, just in terms of, you take away that aspect of the game, right? That you're kind of used to this playing your whole life on the defensive side. And, sometimes when those 0 for 4s or whatever it is, it might come a little bit easier, if you go out in the field, you make a play, you throw someone out, whatever it is, you feel like you saved a run in a way, and that kind of made your day. Now, it just kind of comes down to you in the box, and having a solid approach, having a solid game plan, and feeling like that you're on a day-to-day basis trying to, you're making a difference, you're making an impact in that game. And, everyone knows hitting in the game is, it's very challenging, right? And there's going to be more days than not that you might not have your best day at the plate, but you just have to be able to internalize that differently, and you have to be able to deal with it in a different way, and you have to go about your work in a different way as well. The way that you swing in the cages versus being out in the field taking BP, or swings in between at bats, whatever it is, that all those have to kind of be monitored, and realizing that this is what you do. You're trying to impact the game on the offensive side of the ball, and also too, you have to make sure you're not overdoing a lot of different things, and trying to stay in a really good spot, and not overworking yourself in a lot of different areas just because you feel like you're not producing for your team in that. Yeah, that's great. I don't know. I just feel like I have so much more left to, I want to win. I love winning. I've been on many winning teams, and been in the postseason pretty much every year except 1 year. So those are things that that's why I play the game. It keeps you up at night. Anytime you get knocked out of the postseason, doesn't matter if it's in the first round, or if it's in the NLCS, or if it's in the World Series. It hurts just as much as the last one. And when you win and I had that taste at a young age on being on a really great Cubs team and having that opportunity just to play in the World Series. It's just the most addicting brand of baseball, the postseason, and that's why we play the game, is to have a chance to get into the World Series, and that starts with winning a division or finding a way into a wild card spot and playing meaningful games all the way into September. That's just what this is about, and that's what I dream about, is going out there and trying to get another chance at winning a World Series.